All right, and now all the way from France, we have Stéphane Goutte joining us from the University of Paris Saclay, and he's going to be talking about.
So yes, I will talk about. So I'm professor in economy and mathematical finance. So I will give you another talk, more engineering, more focus on economic policy and what we can do. And what I would like to show you now, it's why we have to develop maybe some market price or so economic investigation to regulate the rare earth demand and supply, or maybe to design some financial project. And I'm really focused on the energy transition and energy market, and that's why I will talk about a specific rare earth element used to produce a permanent magnet, which will be used for offshore wind turbine. So it's really focused on the aspect of a wind production and rare earth element used in this production. So you know well of what is a critical mineral and why they are used in energy transition. And me, I will focus on the fourth one below. So praseodymium, neodymium, dysprosium, and terbium, which are, as I told you, used for to construct permanent magnet. Okay, so here is just two pie, just to show you that there is a trend. There is an increasing trend of energy transition. So we need critical mineral, and we need rare earth element to follow the trend of developing renewable resource, and specifically, for example, in France, today the economic policy is to increase the production rate of renewable energy, which is today 20% to more than 30%, and government decided to invest more and more in wine production. Okay, so this is a really up-to-date problem in France, but not only in France, of course. Here is again some information I found regarding offshore wind installation for the next 10 years. Sorry, and so you can see that everywhere in the world, okay, we will develop more and more offshore wind installation, okay, to generate more electricity. And so we face critical mineral security, supply, offer, and so on. And I will talk about, of course, for the role of China in this issue. So, okay, here you know well that today close to 80% of refining on process to construct permanent magnet are based in China. And for an economic point of view, it's not suitable and is not feasible, because we can't have a market where 80% of the process to construct something is controlled by only one agent, only one actor. So it caused a lot of problem in terms of supply, of course. And I would like to show you a first economic statistical investigation why it's a problem, and why geopolitical issue and climate issue affect this supply on this production of permanent magnet. So okay, so I would like to reply to two simple hypotheses. The first one is the impact of climate policy uncertainty, and the second one, geopolitical risk. So how these two index, okay, to these two information can affect the supply chain of the permanent magnet production. Okay, so maybe I will skip this one. Okay, so just to show you, or maybe I will the novelty is that there is already some paper published in economic point of view related to the impact of critical mineral or critical mineral price on the supply and the demand and so on. But they always use some kind of index. In which enlarge many things. But there is no, in my mind, no paper only focused on rough earth element, the fourth I mentioned before, used to construct permanent magnets, which are used to construct offshore wind turbine. So here we access to primary data based on General Administration of Custom of China database. So we access to data just mention the volume on the price of permanent magnet exportation coming from China to the rest of the world. So we have exactly the information on the supply, and we can of course measure significant effect or not of climate policy uncertainty or geopolitical risk uncertainty. So this plot is not well done. I don't know why. Okay, or maybe I will skip it. This plot was, for me, it's not good, but okay. It's just to show you that there is a lot of volatility, okay? Here, the dark line, the dark plot is climate policy uncertainty, and the green one is geopolitical risk uncertainty. So, of course, during the last 5 years here, we have a lot of volatility on the market. For example, the last increasing in green was the Ukraine war start increases, but we can see that there is some kind of uncertainty coming from COVID situation and so on. So, okay, there is volatility on the market, and we would like to see if this uncertainty coming from climate or coming from geopolitical uncertainty affect or not the supply of a rough earth element. So for this point, okay, so we work on the ratio on the export quantity. So we use a ratio based on the quotient of dollar price divided by volume and direct by volume with export quantity. And what we can see on this first regression analysis, so we use some kind of panel analysis and so on. And what we can see that for both geopolitical risk and climate policy uncertainty, there is a significant impact on the export volume and ratio of this permanent magnet. So it means that when there is some when there is uncertainty in terms of climate forecasting, or if there is some kind of more risk or more uncertainty in geopolitical, so if there is some, for example, exogenous event which appear in the world, the ratio on the export quantity of permanent magnet increase. If we focus on countries which ask, so specific countries which mine rough earth elements, we can see that this impact is higher. Okay, so for Australia, Brazil, and so on, the impact of geopolitical risk is higher than for other countries. So they face to more risk in terms of supply chain than other countries because they are in the market, of course. Another result, primary result, is that if we divide before 2020 and after 2020, so when we can highlight a real trend in terms of developing investment in renewable energy in offshore wind production, we can see that before 2020, okay, geopolitical risk and climate policy uncertainty are not less significant. But after 2020, it becomes significant for all countries. Okay, so this means that the problem of China control or production of permanent magnet was not really a big deal before 2020, because the investment in terms of renewable energy, and specifically in offshore wind turbines, was not enough significant to have a real impact on the on this supply. But today is not the case. So we face to a real problem to secure the resources to promote what we would like to do in terms of energy policy and energy transition in Europe and in the rest in the world of the world. So what we can think about on future investment, for example, in France, it's of course to make some kind of diversification of production. So we know that today there is a a country like of course US try to make some process of production of permanent magnet outside China, but it's a long time, a long way to change. Okay, it could take 5 to 10 years to just change the location of production. Recycling is very difficult, you know, maybe better than me, but recycling rare earth is really, the ratio of recycling is very low. And okay, so this is a big issue. So today it's a primary work of some work, but maybe what I would like to do is how financial market, okay, could be a solution. This means that if we have a real, if we develop a real trading market on rare earth, on should be a solution or not, could be a solution or not. So it's an open question, but okay, how finance could regulate or not this issue or not, or if we only can do some kind of classical policy or regulation meaning that, okay, maybe just diversification, but I don't know. So, okay, so I think I finished my time. So thank you for your attention.